Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrew, and welcome back to SimAirport. So, last time we got started with the Green Peaks International Airport scenario. We got started with it by building out our ticketing, security, and even the second floor. We didn't really touch much on the third floor, so we might get into that later on into this video. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer before I continue on is I do want to go ahead and let you guys know that this video is pre-recorded. So it is actually being recorded before the release of the previous video, which is episode 1, the start of the series. If you want to go back and watch that video, do go and take a look in the description. Now, in the last episode, we got started with our security area, which is working perfectly fine right now. And we got started with our ticketing area as well. We didn't really touch on the electrical, we didn't touch on visitor reception, and we didn't touch up on our offices area. We will touch up on that in this episode though. Maybe get into a bit of baggage claim as well, seeing as how we do have some tasks get done, such as in getting a baggage carousel going, which we might be putting most likely over here. Or not a baggage carousel, but a baggage hub, so that we can put baggage carousels over here, which, speaking of which, I think those are the first two things that I want to do. Now, these are, let me see. Oh, we can actually have it from same level. That is perfect. That is something that I would totally want to use. So we will go ahead and use that. Let me see here. I kind of want to have it be where I extend it out just by a little bit, or at least have that one gap right there. So we could have one right there, and most likely have one on this side as well. Okay, that is leaving some good ideas. Some ideas that I'm interested to see how I can make that work. So I haven't used these same level baggage carousels before. I've used the below ground ones and the from above carousels, but I've never used the same ones, same levels. Let's see. I would need to have it be like this. Okay. So if I had it be where maybe one's right there and then one's right there, have them be like butt up against each other, that would seem a little bit claustrophobic, in my opinion. We would have to go and extend this out all by one, but at the same time, we would have to extend it regardless. Now, I think a second priority would be having another aircraft stand. Now, we can go ahead and do something a little bit on the sneaky side with the aircraft stands. We can have remote aircraft gates, like for instance one right here and one right over here maybe. How many can we actually fit over here is a good question though. We can have a remote large one right here, but let's see. A large aircraft gate that is remote is 34,000, whereas a non-remote is 40,000. Okay, that's perfectly fine. A aircraft gate that is attached to the airport is 20,000, whereas a remote one is also 20,000. So we are saving money if we do a remote one for a large aircraft gate. However, I don't think I want to go with a large aircraft gate. At one point or another, though, we will need to get an ATC tower. Now, I think, just to go ahead and see how this first day pans out, since we only have 4 aircrafts that are ever going to be flown on this at that gate right there. Now, the first aircraft that we had that had already left, and that was at the end of the last episode, actually left fully boarded with all of everything that it needed. The next aircraft gate or next aircraft to land is going to be coming up here pretty soon, and that's going to be for the Ford Air aircraft, which is at 9:30, departure at 11:30. I think that should be perfectly fine. We shouldn't really have any issues with that. However, now that I say that, I have a funny feeling we will. Okay, now I just jinxed myself. Now, something we are going to need to do, and this is something that I think that the editor didn't realize, but I'm going to go and do this real quick. Now, for those who are wondering what I'm meaning by editor is simply said, I'm just referring to the person who made this scenario. I did leave the link to the scenario in the end of the, or in the video description of the last episode, and I will do the same in this episode, just in case you guys want to do so. But I didn't actually take a look at the name of the author just off the top of my head. Now, where is it in construction? Roads? No. Tools? No. Floors? I doubt it. Yeah, no. Okay. Where is crossings? Crosswalk. Okay, that's kind of weird how it's like that. We need to have these crosswalks here. Mostly because it's meant to supply a way for us to get over to this area. Or at least make it look like it, that is. I am going to get a sidewalk built just right there because that is like a little bit left. Now, sidewalks are really expensive. They are $300 a pop. I didn't necessarily want to build that just yet, but I kind of was like, yeah, might as well build it now before I forget about it later. Now, we are running low on money. 6,860. That's not a lot. That really isn't. Now, if I go into my airlines manager here, I think something that we can work on is getting the getting night flights. That would be something to work on. Okay. If I go into large aircrafts here, we only got these three aircrafts, airline companies for the moment. WestJet, Forward Air, Aerotime, and Aerostar are our only flight operators that we currently are serving. However, that is going to be changing soon. I want to get night flights going in this episode. We might be working on offices. Who knows? However, I think just to go and see what the day holds for us, I'm going to go ahead and run on 3 times speed. And I'm just going to let you guys see how the airport operates. I'm not going to worry about like managing anything to do with the airport. I'm just going to let it run for a little bit, and we're going to do a short little time lapse here.
Echoes of your words crashing into me, drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls are
Okay, so real quick, I just noticed this. If I go onto the second level here, you can see that we do still have the gate agent desk right here. Now, I don't currently have this assigned to the queue, which I'm going to do now, so that way we actually have people using that. I think I did assign the queues for our stands here. And did I assign it over here as well? No, I did not. So let me go ahead and assign you and you. Both of those will be the same exact. Now, I didn't queue you. Perfect. There we go. All of those are assigned. Perfect. Okay. Let's go and continue the time lapse.
I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over.
Okay. So our last flight had just left the airport. So the Aerostar flight that had just left. No other passengers are going to come through this terminal here. It actually left early, which I'm quite surprised about. It was scheduled to stay up until about 6, but seeing as how it left before 5 o'clock, that's pretty good for the most part. Now, we are now currently sitting at 28,000. I think, let's see here. I can't really take a look at our profit and losses because we don't have a CFO. That might be something we look into doing, because researching finance isn't actually that expensive. It's only going to cost us 6,000, which I think we're going to do. I'm also going to go ahead and get the finance officer's office built, which I think we'll just put right over here. Now, similar in fashion to the other office that's over there, I'm going to have it be a 5x5 space. And let's go ahead and get it decorated in a similar fashion, not exactly, but a similar fashion to the foreman's office. So we want to have, let me see, we want to have a office desk with chair. I'm going to kind of like copy everything. I wonder, wait, can I use the clone tool on this? Yes, I can. So I'm just going to use the clone tool by copying everything over there. And I think I'm going to go and add a window just right here. And I think that will be good. I think that's going to work perfectly fine. We're going to let our workmen handle that so that we can leave that alone for the time being at least. Now, before I forget, this is something that I forgot to do in the last episode, but I need to check my staff here. In the clothes tab, I have no one listed as being there. No one listed as being there for the staff. Now, what about for security? For security... Yeah, I forgot to go ahead and remove you guys. So we'll remove you guys there. And then, let me check here. Retail workers. You guys are still there, but closing time. Yeah, no one. So we should be good. In fact, our one janitor needs to go because they were supposed to have left at 5. We supposed to kept 2 janitors on for second shift and 1 janitor on for first for daytime, which I think is fine. We'll leave that alone. Now, I believe at this point in time, we're not going to have much else to do. Aside from actually just doing like the research, we have about 9 3/4 of an hour, or 9 1/4 of an hour to do. So I think in that time we can go ahead and upgrade this to support runway lights, which is going to cost us 25,000. Ooh, that might not be something we look into. Maybe do some poppy lights. Maybe that is going to be an inexpensive alternative for when flights do come in. I think we'll just put some right there. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have that be right there. And I know that this is going to uncheck one of our scenario goals. Have no more than $0 in loan debts. I think I'm going to go ahead and take out a small loan, maybe about 100K. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Mostly because I don't want to have to worry about everything. That is going to affect our credit worthiness. It's already saying that we have a bad credit. We are going to worry about paying that back, eventually speaking. But let me go ahead and come down here to baggage claim. This is what I want to work on. Or at least what I want to get started working on. Or, man, there's a lot of stuff to do. I just, my brain is like, you ever have that feeling where you see something that you want to get done, but at the same time, like not even 2 seconds later, something else replaces your thoughts and you forget what that first thing was. That's kind of like what my brain is running like right now. I say that I want to do something, but then something else sticks out of mind. Like I was like, oh, I need to go and get the runway built. Oh, I need to go and get baggage claim built. I need to go and get the office area built. My mind is just scattered all over the place today. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the offices here. We want a... No, I don't want to search. Okay, that I will going to make a small complaint about SimAirport real quick. This is something that not necessarily a lot of people talk about, but I will just for the sake of letting you guys know what the complaint is. I don't like that whenever you go into the build mode and you are moving at the same time, like if I am like just moving around the camera and like I'm trying to also move at the same time, it immediately starts to search. I don't like that. I really do not. If I could prevent it from doing that, if there is a way, then please do and let me know in the comments, because I would totally love to know what that is, so that way I stop having to worry about that. Regardless, I would love to see that. Anyway, we got 73,000 sitting in our bank right now. Now I want to build, let's see, utilities. We want, let's go and build a baggage hub. I want to get 2 right here. I think that's good. So one of the things that I'm going to do though, how am I going to do this? I think I know how. I'm going to build this right up against here. That is going to cost us a bit of money. Cost us $30,000. Expensive build. We're going to get that built, and I'm going to bring down a bit of foundation. I'm going to have it butt up against here, and I'm going to have it come up this way. It's going to be 17,000. I'm going to have it connect there as well. This is going to connect over to the ticketing area, and this is also going to connect over to the baggage claim area. Kind of going to work in both regards. So my idea here, in case you guys aren't able to figure this out already, is that our baggage hub, these 2 exits right here are going to be our producers for our baggage. They are going to produce out baggage coming down into the baggage claim area. Now, this conveyor transition is going to bring baggage from the ticketing area down into the baggage hub via this port. I'm going to turn this into a consumer because you can actually change the actual flow when you are when you're managing the actual build itself, or not build, but baggage hub. I'm mixing up my words. So let me go ahead and dismantle. Let me see here. Utilities real quick. I need need that to be there and that to be there. So we want this to be right there and that to be there. These are going to be built hopefully real simply. So not too bad. I'm going to just have these butt up against here. Now it's saying that I can't build that. Why not? Blocked by nearby fence or wall. Really? Oh, because it... Wait a second. Why is it saying that? It shouldn't be saying that. Is it because of these? What about if I got rid of all of that? And then I go and extend this. And then when they build that, extend that. And then also get rid of that, just so that way we can do this. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and... I want to test this because I have a funny feeling I know what this is saying. But it's saying blocked by wall. I'm guessing it's saying that it can't have a wall right next to it. Is that why? Oh, we are actually in the next day. Okay. I didn't even realize. Okay, so that does make sense. Okay, it's saying that it can't be connected, can't do that because it's being conflicted by a wall, which I guess is fine. I don't know for a fact if that is. Now I want this. We want this right here. I want that to be a consumer. These one will both be producer. And we want to go ahead and use utilities and bring another conveyor right there. Okay. Now, are you going to let me rebuild the wall here? Yes, you are. Okay. I don't mind that, actually. I don't mind that at all. Now, that is going to mean that we can't use this baggage hub just yet because we need to go ahead and build one other thing, which I believe is the, what is it? The baggage depot. This is supposed to go next to the tarmac, and I'm going to most likely place this right here. What orientation is that? I think is the correct orientation that I want. But that's saying that it's super low on funds, so we need to wait until we get some more money. Anyway, how many passengers are we expecting today? Let's see. 77 was boarded with WestJet, which I think was a bit more than yesterday. Yeah, only 3 more, though. With a Ford Air, we had 124 yesterday. Today is only going to be 122 maximum. With Aerotime, it was 81 yesterday and 79 today. So we're already going to be having 1 less passenger in the airport by the time Aerotime comes around. That's not too bad. 121 versus today, which is 109. Yikes. Okay, so that means we are going to have like 13 less passengers today alone. Also, our passenger satisfaction is already at 74%. I didn't realize that until just now. Also, something else I didn't realize is that because we now have our airline having lights over here, we can now schedule night flights. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let me go ahead and go to large flights here. Ooh, okay. Really? Are we now allowed to schedule for... Oh, when are we allowed to schedule for early AM? I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, okay. Something I forgot to mention is that there was a update that came out literally, I think it was on December 31st, literally on New Year's Eve. And I think that this was included in the update. Let me go and take a look here. You guys aren't going to hear the game at all. But let me... I don't know when they included that because it's not listed in the patch notes. I think that it was something that they decided to do in the patch notes, though, because it wasn't something they did before the latest patch. What I'm meaning by this is before the latest patch, you couldn't like schedule flights in the early AM time, which was something that a lot of people, I think, in the community were really, I wouldn't necessarily say disappointed about, but more so was like, really, why have the times listed there for flight time, but not have any airline providers provide those said flights? So I think that's kind of what they were intending to do, have the latest patch include that. So I think that's what we're also going to do. We're going to include early AM flights, which I think was unlocked because we have night, the actual runway lights now, which I am not going to say no to. Thank goodness. Let's see here. Starflight does have an early AM, but Aerotime has an early AM as well, and an evening flight. No, they don't have an evening flight. They don't. And who does? None of you. You jerks. Okay. Then we might just have 2 early AM flights then. Okay. Ooh. Because of these new flights, I am going to need to shift things around a bit regarding our flight manager, or at least regarding access to our passengers. So I will be shifting those over at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and just run this a little bit. We don't want to run it too fast. We got 23,000 that we can spend though. Now, how much is it that the baggage depot costs us? I'm not 100% certain. It still says insufficient funds. How funny. Okay. I think it costs like 30,000. Close to that number, that is. Because it does say that the baggage depot itself is only 2,500, but it's counting for the fact of how much you have to pay for the actual materials. I think I'm going to wait till the next aircraft lands to figure that out. That does actually work. Let's go and have you be 2 gap up. 23,800. Okay, that's not too bad, actually. We'll leave that be. And those are oriented onto the right side exactly the way I wanted it to be. Now, what I'm meaning by exactly the way I wanted it to be is because I wanted to be able to bring both of these conveyor belts down to this baggage hub. The way I'm going to have to do that, though, is bring down some additional stuff here. So I'm going to have to bring this down a bit differently than what I thought. Ooh. Okay. See here, if I extend you by 5 and I brought you out, that's only 58,000. I think we would be able to do that with 1 day's worth of flights with the new schedule, not with this current one. Now, once when we get this built and then we have it connected to the baggage hub, baggage will start rotating around via this baggage system. When that happens, we are going to want to have a baggage car that is going around and bringing it to and from the aircrafts. That's what we'll need, actually, to operate the airport sufficiently. Eventually, though, when we do want to expand and we want to get more aircraft gates, we are going to want to get more baggage cars, and then we also want to get what else do we want to get? We also want to expand the terminal out this way, and then we'll also want to, if I recall correctly, we'll also want to upgrade the runway to have the runway ILS, which this is just to go the instrument landing system. It's the instrument landing system, which is to allow us to have planes fly, have planes be able to operate in like high winds of like 20 knots, I believe it is. Right now, it's currently at 10, going on 11 knots, or yeah, 10 surpassing 11. But that should be fine. We shouldn't have to worry about that too much. Now, we are currently sitting at 7,000 right now. If I recall correctly, we are done with research as well. So we can go and hire our finance officer. We go to admins here, our CFO. That's going to cost us 12,500. I don't want to go ahead and hire them just yet because if we take a look here, let me see. Oh, there's actually not a money objective here. What is this saying? Have all objectives before day 15. Well, this is saying... Hold up. Oh, I misinterpreted this in the last episode. This, I thought, was meaning that you had to force pacing on yourself so that way you aren't, like, playing the game super fast. But this, I think, is telling us something completely different. I think what it's telling us is that we need to have all of our objectives completed before day 15. Oh, crap. I did not realize that. So, I guess that's something we'll have to worry about as well. Yay! And we're already on day 7. Good on our part. Well, we got a little bit extra money there, not much. Our next flight is due to arrive within the hour, so we'll wait on that flight to come in play. But we are going to want to have a lot more aircrafts come on. If I take a look here, we've already serviced 8 total aircrafts. We are going to want to increase that tremendously. So right now, we're going to be swapping into day 8. Let's see. We are going to have a total of 9 flights coming in tomorrow. If I can have a nighttime flight, a Forward Air has a small nighttime flight that we can go and accept. That's a 737 right there. How big is 73? Okay, we can actually accept that. I am going to accept that, and I'm going to put that in at the end of the day. So let's go and have you be right there, 8 o'clock, and you are going to finish up at, let's see, 9:30? Yeah, 1.5 hours. That should be fine. We shouldn't have to worry about adjusting the schedule beyond this, at least for the moment. If we do end up having to adjust it, we will. But because of that last flight that we just accepted, we are now capped out on the number of flights that we can have throughout the course of the entirety because we have no aircraft tower. Air traffic control tower is what I meant to say. Air traffic control tower, if we take a look here, that's going to cost us 30,000 to build. I think that's going to be something up next, but I think I have recorded this episode for long enough. I'm going to catch you guys in the next episode, and I'm most likely going to play through the game a little bit just to go ahead and see where this ends up taking us. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. If you guys do want to see more videos like this, then please do go and hit the like button and make sure to subscribe down below. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. Ciao for now.